Hello again, STRUCKTLF. Another month filled with a ton of releases. October 2023 is probably the month with the highest number of interesting releases in terms of games. Here is my suggestions for high-profile upcoming games for October 2023. This list will be long and I will try to keep the video short. So that means more games but less time per game so I can still keep the video reasonably long or reasonably short depending on the point of view. I have 18 titles for high profile games with at the end I will do a bonus round with 7 more. So there will be 18 titles that get their own spotlight, and then at the end, a very short segment mentioning 7 more games that you might want to look into as high-profile games. The list kept getting longer, shorter. I kept removing games, deleting them, moving them to the wall profile. But in the end, this is the end result because that's how many interesting, worth mentioning games there are coming in October 2023 that one way or another I believe are high profile. As usual, this list will be in chronological order of appearance, of release date. So we will start with the games releasing in early October, ending in the games releasing in the end of October, and then move on to the bonus round, which will also be in chronological order. Another thing worth mentioning, I have that Epic code, Epic Creator Store code, and a lot of those games are on Epic. Some of those games are also on the Humble Store as Steam titles. So if you want to support my channel, you can use the codes in the description of this YouTube video, or you can use STRUCKTLF in the Epic Store on checkout. I've included where possible Epic and Humble Store links. I've shortened them so it would be easier to fit in the description. So without further ado, buckle up, STRUCKTLF, and let's go. The first game on this list is something I'm extremely excited and I will be streaming tomorrow, the Lamplighters League. It is on Xbox Game Pass. Thanks to that, I can play it and stream it. It's a very interesting turn-based tactical strategy RPG with a very nice setting, very nice visual setting. Recruit a team of misfits with unique abilities and unforgettable personalities and chase the banished court to the ends of the earth in a mix of real-time infiltration, turn-based tactical combat, and a character-driven story of adventure and intrigue. Again, releasing on the 3rd of October 2023, developed by Harebrained Schemes and published by Paradox Interactive, coming on Steam, the Epic Store, Microsoft Store, Xbox Access, and Game Pass, as well as Humble as a Steam title. So there is a demo on Steam if you want to try it. It looks fun, it looks cool, so hopefully me and some of you out there like the game. Next up is a title that didn't release this month. It released like 2-3 years ago, but it is new to Steam. So it has been on other platforms such as Epic, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, but now we have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, the remake from Vicarious Visions and Iron Galaxy, published by Activision. So you can play the fully remastered Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 games in one epic collection, rebuilt from the ground up in incredible HD. It says remaster, but if it's rebuilt from the ground up, it makes it more of a remake, even though they are self-describing it as a remaster. It's nice. It has bonus characters, new characters from the new generation of skaters, like Nigel Houston, Leticia Buffoni, for example, to name the two most famous ones, I guess, on that list. Definitely happy to include the game in this list, even though it doesn't, it's not really new, but it's still new to Steam at least. Next up is Silent Hope, which many of you might like. I personally think if I get a chance to play the game, I will. Maybe I won't get a chance to play it right away because I'll be busy with Lamplighters League for a bit. But explore, fight, and produce items to grow stronger as 7 distant heroes in this silent world. Guided by the princess, you delve into the abyss and learn the mysteries of the king and his now ruined kingdom. In a world without words, what hope is there for humanity? Releasing on the 3rd of October 2023, developed by Marvelous Inc. and published by Exceed Games and Marvelous USA. It looks like a fun action RPG, anime action RPG, hack and slash. And Marvelous recently have been doing great in that genre. So most likely this will be yet another good title by Marvelous, with an interesting story, cool characters with their own personalities, and there is a playable demo on Steam. If you're interested, you can download it and try it out. And speaking of anime RPGs, here's another one. Disgaea 7, Vows of the Virtueless. Yet another Disgaea game. Disgaea is back and better than ever in Disgaea 7. Vows of the Virtueless join Fuji as he embarks on a perilous journey of redemption and experience unique features new to the Disgaea series. Developed by Nipponichi Software, published by NIS, which stands for Nipponichi Software America Incorporated, um, releasing again on the 3rd of October 2023. So there's a lot to do. There will be some special discounts and bonuses in the launch week all the way until October 16th. Different discounts for different editions that some people might want to take advantage of. The game looks fun, looks nice. If you're a fan of the series, you definitely wouldn't want to miss this one, which also has 4 new unique classes. So the new Disgaea 7 game, if you are a fan of the series, definitely check it out on multiple platforms such as Steam, PlayStation 5, 4, and Switch. Next up, Assassin's Creed Mirage. It's coming for multiple platforms, but not on Steam. It's gonna be exclusive to the Epic and the Ubi Store for PC, at least for a while, maybe half a year. Then it's also on Xbox Series X, S1, and also on PlayStation 5 and 4. Mirage will be shorter than the last couple of Assassin's Creed games, than Odyssey and Origins. It will be shorter, but that means it will also be $10 cheaper or something like that, or maybe $20 cheaper. So instead of 120 hours, expect around 40 hours on average to complete the story. The setting is Baghdad. Back in the day, 9th century, pardon me, 9th century Baghdad. Through a mysterious ancient organization known as the Hidden Ones, the main protagonist will become a deadly master assassin and change his fate in ways he never could have imagined. So this one will probably be going a little bit backwards with the design. It will be maybe less focused on the RPG and action RPG elements and more on the stealth. So a look back at the previous Assassin's Creed games, which I hated because they were too stealthy and too less action and RPG. So personally, if I end up trying it, I probably won't like it as much as the latest 2-3 games, including Valhalla Origins and Odyssey. But I probably would end up trying it eventually, somehow, sometime. Not getting my hopes up because again they're promising it will be more stealthy, but I know many of you like the stealthiness and don't like the new Assassin's Creed games, and this one probably would be for those type of people. Another anime action RPG adventure game. This is Sword Art Online Vast Recollection, the latest Sword Art Online game developed by Aquaria Co. Ltd. And published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. The culmination of the Sword Art Online game series, Vast Recollection features the largest roster of SAO playable characters and sub-scenarios. There is a downloadable demo on Steam, and the game is coming on the 6th of October 2023. So if you've been looking forward to it, definitely it looks good. I like the animation, the combat seems smooth and nice, and the SAO story, you either like it or you don't. Not that many people are in a middle ground. I personally like the story. I'm fan of the series, of the animes, and I think if I end up trying the game, I will also love it. So 6th of October 2023 for SAO Vast Recollection on multiple platforms. Next up, we have something interesting. Forza Motorsport. If you're fans of the franchise, well, here is the latest one from Turn 10, who is one of the Microsoft Game Studios subsidiaries or subdivisions. The game is coming for Steam, for the Microsoft Store, on Xbox XS, and it will also be on PC and Xbox Game Pass. The 10th of October 2023 is the release date, and if you love the game series, you will also love this one. Outbuild the competition in the all new career race. Race your friends in adjudicated multiplayer events. Compete in over 500 cars on world famous tracks with cutting edge AI, advanced physics, and tire and fuel strategy. Pay up to 5 days early with the premium edition. They put that in both letters. I guess they're desperate for pre-orders and premium edition sales. So yeah, if you like racing games, the Forza franchise is famous for being very good. I personally am not fan of the genre, but visually the game definitely looks nice. And here comes something that strategy fans all over the world probably are very excited about. Total War Pharaoh. Developed by Creative Assembly, published by Sega, and there is a studio of Sega and Creative Assembly in my country, so most likely some of the people from the Sofia studio are involved. Total War Pharaoh, the newest entry in the award-winning Grand Strategy series. Immerse yourself in ancient Egypt at the zenith of its power, and experience the dramatic events that threaten its destruction. Yeah, the 11th of October 2023 is the release date. So if you are eager to try it, you won't need to wait that much more. There's all sorts of various editions with all sorts of bonuses. But overall, it is nice to see the Total War franchise taking a look at Egypt as a main focus and in a specific era around Ramses. So yeah, I think it will be definitely a fun game for those who love the Total War series. Next up, we have Words of the Fallen. The new version, the new Words of the Fallen, not the old one. This is kind of like a new game with the same name from the same company. Doesn't say that it's a remaster or a remake. A vast world awaits in all new dark fantasy action RPG, Words of the Fallen. As one of the fabled Dark Crusaders embark on an epic quest to overthrow Adir, the Demon God. Developed by Hexworks, published by CI Games, releasing on the 13th of October 2023. Who is this game for? Definitely not me. This is a Mazu Core super hard mode game that doesn't have multiple difficulties as far as I know. It looks visually stunning and beautiful, but the combat is extremely punishing, and since there are no easy, normal, hard settings to pick, which for example games like um, Steel Rising had. Steel Rising was a very good Souls-like in my opinion because it had difficulty settings. Words of the Fallen looks to be better, but it doesn't have difficulty settings. So if you struggle with Souls-like Mazucore games because they're too difficult, then you won't like this game. But if you love games like Elden Ring, Dark Souls, and stuff like that, you will love Words of the Fallen. So Mazucore fans, there will be something that will be butt fisting you this month, and its name is Words of the Fallen. Next up, something cheerful from the dark and broody game in the previous segment. This one is very bright. Sonic Superstars. Adventure through the mystical North Star Islands in this all new take on classic 2D Sonic high-speed action platforming. And there is a very interesting thing. They have an all new look, but they have an option for you to switch between the old graphics and the new graphics, and Sega are the developer and publisher, of course, as is to be expected with anything Sonic, releasing on the 17th of October 2023 on multiple platforms. So there will be releases on Steam, Epic, the Xbox XS One, PlayStation 5, 4, and even Switch. This game looks like it will be super fun, casual game for those who love platformers. I personally detest platformers. Even when I was a kid, I used to play Sonic, but it always used to make me rage. So definitely not the best game for me, but many of you out there would love this game. As if you have kids, that's a good game to give your kids to play. Next up is a game that some of you probably debatably would think is not high profile, but for me personally, Wizard of a Gun is a game that has been on my um, follow list, wish list for quite some time on my radar. Wizard with a Gun, developed by Galvanic Games, published by Devolver Digital, releasing on the 17th of October 2023. There is a playable demo on Steam, so you might want to check that one out. And what is it? It's an online cooperative sandbox survival set in a magical wilderness wrought with dangerous creatures and arcane mysteries. Embark on a journey alone or with a friend to collect, craft, and outfit your wizard however you see fit as you explore the unknown. So yes, it has some action RPG elements, but it also have that sandbox survival element as well, and there is that co-op. Visually beautiful. I love the animated cartoony art style. I love the color contrast between dark and bright colors. So Wizard with a Gun is definitely a title I'm looking forward to in this month. Next up, speaking of visually stunning and something that stands out, comes Hellboy Web of Weird. Weird spelled WYRD. Releasing on the 18th of October 2023, developed by Upstream Arcade and published by Good Shepherd Entertainment. Hellboy Web of Weird is a roguelike action brawler with an original story created in partnership with Dark Horse Comics and the Hellboy comic creator Mike Mignola, or Minola. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right. When an agent of the BPRD goes missing, Hellboy is sent to investigate, pulling him into the depths of the weird. Beautifully stunning, very nice game, and since it's a roguelite, you should assume a lot of replayability. I think they've captured greatly on that Dark Horse Comics vibe that Hellboy should have if a game in that same universe exists. So while it doesn't seem like something I would really enjoy as a game, visually I think they've definitely nailed it. Maybe not my favorite type of roguelite, but maybe I would try the game. Who knows? Maybe if given opportunity, I might give the game a spin, even though I don't think it would fit me well. But there's many of you out there that would love it on various platforms. Next up is the next installment of the Endless Universe, developed by Amplitude Studios and published by Sega. Releasing on the 19th of October 2023, comes Endless Dungeon. I can't tell you much about my playtesting of the game back in the day when I was invited to do, but I can tell you one thing. I did not like it one bit. I felt very disappointed. And I felt like trailers and stuff make the game seem much more fun and much more fun-packed, action-packed. Um, I don't think it's as good as the trailers make it out to be, let's put it that way. Yes, it is a roguelite tactical action game set in the award-winning Endless Universe. You recruit a team of shipwrecked heroes, punch into a long-abandoned space station, and protect your crystal against never-ending waves of monsters. Blah, blah, blah. It looks fun, but it's not as fun as it looks like, so be careful if you end up pre-ordering the game. Better just wait for reviews, is my advice. Next up is probably the most anticipated game of the month, Marvel Spider-Man 2. Another game in the Spider-Man universe by Insomniac Games. We had Marvel Spider-Man, then Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, and now comes Marvel Spider-Man 2, with a focus on Venom. And it's definitely gonna be nice to see Peter and Miles as well as the Venom symbiote. You have symbiote suits as well, you have symbiote powers, and a ton of new villains to fight. And honestly, if it wasn't PlayStation 5 exclusive, I definitely would have played it. Most likely would be the game of the month. The most played game this month probably would be that one. I really loved the Spider-Man and the Miles Morales games in terms of how fluid the combat felt and in how well the port to PC was made. So yes, it will be exclusive to PlayStation 5 for a while, but eventually it will come to PC in a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And then us PC gamers will get a taste of the next chapter of the story. So be excited. Eventually it will come out, but for now, only PlayStation 5 gamers on the 20th of October will be able to try it. Dark Envoy is the name of the next game on this list. It is an RPG adventure with tactical real-time combat and online co-op. Throw a party of relic hunters in this tale of destiny, set in a conflict-torn guns and sorcery world. And I really love that guns and sorcery part. It's a nice mashup which reminds me of games like Elex. So On the 24th of October 2023, you will be able to play the game. It's developed and self-published by Event Horizon. Visually looks beautiful. There's a ton of character customization that you would see in this game. And overall, probably one of my top 3 games I want to play this month. So Dark Envoy, steampunk RPG, isometric co-op, Wooter with tactical elements. It's just one of my top recommended games. Obviously, be careful with pre-orders, but when it's out, I think there will be a ton of positive reviews. So whether my prediction is true or not, if I get my hands on it, I will definitely spend a substantial amount of time to show you a lot of the game. Next up is Cities Skylines 2, coming on the 24th of October 2023, developed by Colossal Order and published by Paradox Interactive. And if I'm not mistaken, the game is coming on Xbox Game Pass as well as Xbox Access, PC on Steam, and PlayStation 5. I'm not entirely sure about the Game Pass, but all the other platforms I mentioned are definitely 100% confirmed. It's also going to be on Humble as a Steam title. What is there to say about City Skylines? If you don't know the franchise, then it's pretty much a very good city builder. Whether it will be as good as the previous ones, whether you would need a lot of extra money to buy DLCs to make the game reasonable, time will tell. But visually, it looks good. It looks nice, and it looks like it has a lot of quality of life, a lot of features. I'm not sure if it will be the best city builder out there when it launches. I'm not sure how modding will be done in the game, if it will be open for modding or not, but it looks promising. Let's put it that way. So if you're looking for a new proper city builder with a lot of depth and mechanics, maybe City Skylines 2 will be it. But knowing that it's Paradox Interactive, I think you would need to cough up a lot of money very often for DLCs left and right. So be careful and don't rush into purchasing. Next on the list is Cry Machina, another anime RPG, another action RPG coming from Japan. Cry Machina is an action RPG where mechanical girls strive to survive in a post-apocalyptic world to become real humans. But what does it mean to be a, in brackets, real human? The game looks fun, looks interesting. Furyu Corporation are the developers, and the publishers are NIS America. On this list alone, on this video, I already have 2 NIS America games. This is the second one. And yes, it looks like it will be fun, good, nice combat. And it looks like it will have an interesting story. So if you're looking for a nice story, rich action RPG in an anime setting with mechanical girls, well, Cry Machina is your game of choice, probably this month. So I'm not sure I need to say more about it. Hopefully the footage you have seen speaks for itself. Check out the game, check out the website, see some trailers. The game definitely seems fun. Whether it really will be for everyone remains to be seen. Next on this list is Alan Wake 2. Saga Anderson arrives to investigate ritualistic murders in a small town. Alan Wake pens a dark story to shape the reality around him. These 2 heroes are somehow connected. Can they become the heroes they need to be? So the Alan Wake franchise is finally returning. It looks nice. It looks fun. I personally have never been a fan of those horror genre games because they look a little boring to me because there's not enough action and too much story. But I guarantee you that if you love your horror stories, Alan Wake will be a nice semi-cinematic game experience to look forward to. It will be on multiple platforms, but not on Steam. So it's gonna be Epic exclusive at least for a while, I guess. It's also gonna be on Xbox Access and PlayStation 5. Developed by Remedy Entertainment and published by Epic Games Publishing. So we might even not see this releasing outside of the Epic Store on PC if Epic are the publisher. But yes, the game looks good in terms of visuals and in terms of combat, but my prediction is there won't be that much combat. it will be focused on the horror and the story, which again, for some is good, for some is bad. So probably not everyone's cup of tea, not mine for sure. And here we are at the bonus mentions, the bonus worthy mentions of games releasing in October that I still believe deserve the high profile title. Cricket 24, releasing for PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4 and 5, as well as releasing on the 5th of October. If you want sports cricket games, that's the new installment. Speaking of worthy mentions, Detective Pikachu returns on Switch on October 6th. So if you are fans of the Pokemon series but want something that's not like your traditional Pokemon game but still in the same universe, Detective Pikachu Returns is definitely something you would be looking forward to. Now, more sports. NHL 24. If you love ice hockey, you would be happy to know that on the 6th of October for Xbox One, Series XS, and PlayStation 5 4, there will be the newest NHL 24 installment. Next up, there's Transformers Earthspark Expedition, coming for PC, Xbox, XS One, PlayStation 5 4, and Switch on the 13th of October. Then fans of the Super Mario franchise will be happy because for Switch on the 20th of October comes Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And if you're fans of the World of the Rings franchise, well, World of the Rings Return to Moria is finally, after some delays, coming out on the 24th of October, releasing for PC, PlayStation 5, and eventually it will come to Xbox Series XS, but not right away. And some more sports. EA Sports UFC 5, the fifth UFC game from EA, coming for the Xbox Series XS and for Switch on the 27th of October. So we have 18 games and 7 bonus mentions. Hope you really enjoyed this list.
To get notified when I upload more content like this one or other builds and guides for Wooter and not so Wooter games, you can subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to not miss out on notifications. As well as keep in mind there's something called memberships on YouTube, which lets you be a paying member for my channel to get access to perks such as emotes and badges made by me, as well as the option to get one-on-one tutoring for the very basics of Adobe Photoshop, Premiere and After Effects. And memberships can be cancelled at any time if you no longer want to be a member. Thanks for watching all the way until the end, STRUCKTLF. Keep it cool until next time and goodbye.